Today we're going to be talking about how to apply for a VA guaranteed home loan. This is a question that comes up all the time on the Reddit forums, on Google questions, everywhere. So I'm going to help you with that today. So a lot of people assume the first step is to contact VA because with so many of your benefits, that is the first step. No. So with the VA loan, it's not actually the VA that's going to review your information, run your credit, get you pre-approved, help you through the loan process. It's going to be a lender. And it's not going to be a lender directly affiliated with VA. So I want to be very clear about that because sometimes what lenders will say when they're being deceptive is they'll say, well, VA assigned you to me. I am assigned via VA to guarantee your loan. That's not true. VA doesn't have specific lenders that they favor over other lenders. They don't have a specific lender for the Army or a specific lender for the Navy or a specific lender for the Air Force or Space Force, or I think you see where I'm going with this, right? So if you hear any lender trying to imply that VA has sanctioned them to do your loan especially, and you must work with them, that is a red flag. So basically, there are hundreds of lenders that are approved to do loans for VA, okay? And it's not like if something has a military term in the title that they're better at VA loans or they do more VA loans. Sometimes it's just marketing. So I think it's really important for you guys to recognize that because we do see a lot of abusive and predatory behavior in the VA arena. And the way that that behavior continues is it's built on your trust. So the basics are, if you see something, and I'm making up this name, we love the Army. We get Army deals. Deals for the Army, right? You're like, wow, they're gonna take good care of me. It's a title, it's a marketing term. Never expect the title to be the end result, okay? Now, very important, you guys are gonna wanna, before you fill out an application with anyone, you're gonna wanna talk to 3 lenders, okay? Now, the reason you're gonna talk to these 3 lenders is number 1, you wanna get a feeling for if they actually understand VA. There's so many people that say, I specialize in VA, and they've done 2 VA loans. Yeah, people can put whatever they want in their signature line and people can market crazy stuff like that. So the question I always like to have people ask is, hey, I've got a couple kids, the daycare expense is a little high, is that a problem? And if the lender says, oh no, that's fine, they don't know VA. If the lender says, well, just don't tell us about it, okay, that's a red flag, that's fraud. If the lender says, well, we need to put that into your debt to income because this is a VA loan, what is that amount? Is it reoccurring? Tell me how it works. That is the correct answer because that is how it works with a VA loan, okay? Now I'm telling you to ask this question before you fill out an application because once you fill out an application, we don't want you asking questions like that because then, unless it's true, then it can create a whole load of problems because we're trying to sort out what's real and fake. But it is a good tell if a lender understands VA. Okay, the next thing you're gonna ask is, hey, based on the criteria I've given you, I'm thinking of buying a house, for example, at $500,000, my credit score's 720. What rate would I get if I was in contract today? Now, if a lender won't give you a rate and they go, well, rates change every day, so it doesn't matter. Now, that's true. Rates do change every day. But whenever a lender is reluctant to talk to you about rates and fees, it's generally because they're high. Yes, they're high. That's what we see time and time again. Whenever anyone asks me about my rates, I am always thrilled to talk about it because I'm always proud of them. And then, on the occasion where someone's like, I heard something better from someone else, I'm always researching it to go, what? So that I can take it to my management and be like, absolutely not, right? So you want to make sure that they're comfortable talking to you about rates and fees. Now, here's the thing. If a lender says to you, well, the lender origination fee as per VA is, no, VA does not set what the lender charges you. The only thing the VA may set, not even may, the only thing the VA sets is the funding fee, the VA funding fee. And I've done other videos on that. You can check my back catalog. There's even a chart online, the VA funding fee on the government website, okay? They do not set what the lender charges you, and they do not set the rates. So if someone says, oh, well, all VA rates are the same. No, they're not. You're gonna hang up on them. Okay, so you've talked to 3 people. I'm hoping you've called me. I'm licensed in 47, almost 48 states. I'm pretty much going to be everywhere except for Utah and Rhode Island. I'm going to be everywhere else. Anyways, I hope you've called us because we'd love to compete for your business. Once you figured out who that person is, who's the person you'd like to work with, that's when you're going to fill out the application. Now, sometimes people go, well, wait, what about my certificate of eligibility? Great question. So, as a lender with your certificate of eligibility, as soon as you fill out your online application, my online application, we have a bot that goes into the system to try to pull your certificate of eligibility. Now, once in a while, the bot won't be able to pull it and will need additional information, which if you're out of the military, it would be your DD-214. It could be a statement of service. There's a variety of documents my processors will ask for. The other thing that can make it so that the COE doesn't come back, the certificate of eligibility, would be if you have a name change and you didn't update it with VA. Now, if you had a name change and you're like, oh no, I've blown it, don't worry about it. We do it. We help you guys fix it throughout the process all the time. Maria on my team is like a pro now. Because people get married, they may change the last name for another reason, they don't update it with the VA, so we help you with that. And VA doesn't even actually require that it all matches, but certain lenders have overlays, and we definitely want to make sure all of your documentation matches up. So we get your certificate of eligibility. Now, one thing I should have mentioned earlier that's incredibly important is that different lenders have different credit requirements on VA. Yeah, sometimes I'll hear like, well, I haven't been looking for 7 months because I got turned down by XYZ because my credit's 640, so it's too low. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? We go down to 580 in theory. Really, I would say 600 and plus, no problem, okay? So different lenders have different rules, and what you'll see is some of the super big boys may require a higher credit score, and that's just because they're super picky, no jokes. So it can vary based on the lender, so make sure that you guys know that. I don't want you not shopping or feeling like you're gonna rent forever when there's a very good chance there's another lender that can do your loan at the lower credit score, okay? Okay, so let's see here. We found our lender, we filled out the application, we got the certificate of eligibility, the lender got it. Now, what you guys are gonna wanna have ready is if you're on VA disability and that's your only income, not a whole heck of a lot. Your certificate of eligibility will tell me how much VA disability you get every month, and I will be using that for income. I will also be grossing it up, which means I will be increasing the income a bit to make up for the fact that you don't pay taxes on it, okay? Now, if you don't get VA disability, let's say you're still active, we're gonna be asking for your most recent LES statement, okay? So you're gonna wanna have that ready. You're gonna wanna have your 2 most recent W-2s and your 2 most recent checking accounts. Now, if you're like, okay, well, which accounts should I give you? Only give me the accounts you're gonna use for the transaction. With VA, you do not have to put down a down payment. However, there's always closing costs when you buy a house. So you may need money for closing costs. You're gonna need money for inspections. You may wanna put money down. So in that case, you can always send us the 2 most recent accounts for the accounts that you'll use in the transaction. We do not want every single account you have, okay? Very important. Now, if you're like, I don't have any money, I thought I could do this with none, VA doesn't pay your closing costs. I need to say that to you guys time and time again because people get very confused about that. However, there's other ways to get money for closing costs. Sometimes we can ask the seller for a credit. In March of this year, how realistic was that? Not very, but the market has shifted. And I would say probably gosh, it's got to be over 50% of our clients are successful in negotiating credits from the seller towards closing costs. It's not because of us, it's just because we give them the knowledge of this as a possibility, and we talk to their realtor, we talk about structuring offers, and we talk about, you know, how to make sure that everyone understands this is something you can do. Because you'd be surprised, so many real estate agents don't know about it, and then they're like, well, it would never work. And we're like, trust us, just ask. And then they're like, oh my gosh, my eyes are open, it's worked. There's also ways that we can do lender credits, okay? That's something else. And I have other videos on this for you guys to reference. If you go through my VA videos, there's separate videos on all these because they're big topics. So it's very important you get the full education there. So you upload your documents to us, our team's reviewing them. We actually do a full underwrite on all of our pre-approvals. So you would be working with one of our processors within the first few days to get to underwriting so that when you go out to write an offer on a house, you are fully comfortable, bulletproof, you've been approved, okay? Now, one more note in there. I always go through, after the file is fully underwritten, I go through a detailed closing cost estimate with the client. We call it our red arrow call. It can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on what type of questions you guys have. But we're sitting there, I'm going through, okay, this is how much I expect your payment. This is what to watch out for with homeowners insurance. This is what taxes are coming up at. Watch out for this, watch out for that. You know, this is what transfer taxes are. All these things that come into play when you're buying a house. And sometimes people go, well, my lender's too busy. Guys, your lender should not be too busy. If I can do the level of production I do, which is on the very high side, run a full-time YouTube channel, be a mom and take care of my house, and go through that with my clients, guess what? The other lender can too, okay? And if you're working with a lender that's not willing to take the time to answer the questions and doesn't tell you what to expect with closing costs, please break up with them now, just please. It's so unfortunate. It's nothing that should be in the industry. So I hope this video has been helpful as always. And again, licensed in 47, almost 48 states. Happy to answer any questions you guys have. I'll have a link to book a time to talk to me with any of your preliminary questions. And as always, thanks for watching and tune in on Wednesdays for VA Wednesdays. Thanks, guys.